Yeah, are you done?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can see my screen, right?
correct.
Okay. Hold on a bit. All right. That's my friend, though, and he wants to do something for him by 12. So I would from 12 I would take like a 15 minutes break if that's okay with you.
Let's roll. Let's roll.
Okay. All right. So I was supposed to create I was working on a slide for this class, but I got some things took my attention. So I'll just be freestyling this, and I have some other pictures too that we can use to make things easier for us. So we'll just use those. So let's just go to. Are you on your VS Code?
Open it now.
Okay. When you're there, let me know.
Okay. I mean now.
All right. So let's create a new folder for this class.
Your volume is down.
Huh?
Your volume is low.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, better. Yes.
Oh, okay. Uh,
You you call the phone. Let me see.
all right. Are you with me?
Not with you.
Okay. So there are two ways to create a folder, right? You can either do it manually. So you come here to your desktop and then create a folder here, right? So new folder, and then you write, let's say, Python class, right? So when you've created here, then you come to your VS Code and then try to hold on. Let me open a new window. Why is this always popping up? And you come here and open that folder you created, right? So desktop, then open this Python class. So this is one way of creating a folder. Why is this coming?
Mhm.
This one will create a folder this one way, or I can decide to do it this way.
You created the first one using Terminal, right?
No, no, this one I created it using GUI,
Oh, okay,
not
okay,
Terminal. Yeah.
okay.
So I want to use Terminal now. So let me delete this. Let me delete this use. So it's gone. So now I use terminal now to. So I want to go into desktop, CD desktop.
You get the list of all commands.
Sorry?
Is this all your directory or
Yes, yes.
how do you get
This
that? Am I
okay.
seeing, am I seeing what you're typing?
It depends what I'm typing.
Hmm.
How did they increase? Can you see this?
Yeah, that small window is
Yeah.
CD.
Okay.
You see
So
CD.
CD means to enter a directory.
Mhm.
Then dir
List directory, right?
lists out all directories in a directory, right? Then the one that I want to use now is make mkdir. This creates a new directory. So this is what we want to use now.
Mhm.
So if I come here and say make directory, right? Then put Python class. I've created this directory. You see?
Uh-huh.
So I can now cd to enter into the directory. Cd Python class.
Okay.
And I'm in. I'm in. So I'm inside the directory now.
Okay.
Right. So let's say I want to open uh, a new workstation, right? Within like when I open a new workstation, I want to be in this directory.
Yeah.
So I want to create a new. I want to create a new. I want to go to a new window, but I want to be in this directory. Right now, I'm not in um, Python class folder, right? So there is a command for that. So if I do code space dot to enter a project folder in VS Code. So if I come here
Enter
and do
a
to enter a project folder in VS Code,
mhm.
so if I come here and do code dot enter, it's going to create a new window for me. See,
Code
and
dot plus enter, right?
yes,
I've never tried that before. So code dot plus enter. See. Um, and,
code space dot. That's the command.
try some. How did you do with MKDIR when you have space between the name you wanted to do MKDIR? How did you do that?
So
You get what I'm saying?
yes, you can see this, right?
Um,
mkdir, then
um,
your folder
okay,
name,
Okay, then you put it in bracket. Okay.
Yes, your folder name in apostrophes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got that. I was trying to do it. So MK. Yeah. Fine. Okay. I have a CD. Fine. I'll pass. So now you say code dot enter. Code dot enter. Code dot. Is it
No,
space
code
in between?
code code space dots.
Okay. And then enter. Okay. Now I see.
So you
Oh,
see it open.
basically,
Yeah, go on.
you open a new window entirely,
It takes
right?
you to that folder you created.
And then, okay.
So
And then you
now,
can ignore the previous one.
yes, but before you go to that, before you go to that, before you do the code dot, code space dot, did you CD into that folder you created?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah.
So,
So it takes it, so you can remove the previous one.
okay. You can
Yeah,
close the other one.
exactly. But you can still do the same thing using your command prompt. Just use CMD and do all this operation, right?
I mean, you
So you can
can
use
close, okay,
so once
CMD.
yeah, so once you do code space dot, right, it takes you to VS Code.
Okay. Oh, okay. Even if you don't have VS Code open, right?
Yes, yes, it opens it
Okay.
for you automatically.
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I see what you mean.
Okay. All right. So since we're here now, uh, so you know what? Let's use. Okay. Let's just since we're already here, let's just use here. So in this our project folder, Python class, right?
Mhm.
Good. So we can, since this is the first week, so we can create a folder again for week one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's create a folder for week one. So make directory, right? Week one. Uh,
Okay.
Folder created, and you see it automatically comes up here.
Yeah.
So in here, you can decide to create a new file, right? So let's erase all this thing. Come here. So we create a new file, Python file. What is this command? Create a new file here. We can call this file class one.py.
Where are you writing? Let's see.
Can you see?
No.
I need to increase. I need. Wait, hold on, let me increase this font.
Oh, it's not a font. I can't even see your cursor.
You can see this.
Now I can see you moving now.
So I came to week one.
Okay.
Right click. Right click.
Okay. You click
New
within,
file. Yes, the new file.
and then you save as.
No, not just new file.
Okay.
Then you write in the file. Then the extension is .py.
Okay.
So class one.py, which is what I just did now.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can. But is my font size okay, or should I increase
No,
it a little? I should increase it.
yeah, I'm struggling to see it.
Is this okay?
Yeah, let me see. I think I need to have two screen next time. Like I'm like switching. Okay, now it's better. Yeah.
Okay. 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 All right.
So
So
class one.
class one. So let me get everything here.
Mhm.
Don't worry. Next class, I already have. I was supposed to have a slide for this, or at least some documents I already have. So
Yeah.
I'll work on that. I'll work on that next
So
class.
because I use that code space dot enter, this thing is
Yes.
showing like base. On that terminal is showing base. You get what I'm trying to say.
Hold on. Share your screen. It shouldn't be showing that. Hold on. Let's share your screen. Share your screen. Let's see.
Can you see?
Yes.
Is it
Oh,
this?
no, 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 no. Should be showing that we are not working. We're not working with. We're not working with.
With
Can you do?
we have not like
Hold on. Yes. Do
done it.
deactivate. We're not using the version control. I don't know why it's showing that.
Let me
Version.
let me close. Let me close and start all over.
Okay. Let's see.
Open. Go to a new folder and then open that folder. And because I'm surprised by the Python class, right? Let me close this. Then new terminal. Then
Yeah, it's gone.
CD is gone, right? Okay. I don't know why. Maybe because after I use code, I think you closed yours too, right? CD
I
class.
don't even think.
Okay. Yeah. So it's gone now. Okay. So you can continue to share. Stop sharing now.
Okay. All right. So. What is this? How is disturbing? All right. So this was supposed to be our class, our first class. We've done this,
Yeah.
right? Last class. We've also done. We've also set up Python on VS Code and PyCharm. And I think you already have experience with the Jupyter Notebook, right?
I have Jupyter Notebook.
Already.
I think
You have PyCharm. You have PyCharm
we
too. I think we did PyCharm last.
no, we didn't. So we were just talking about. Oh, maybe I have.
We downloaded it. We checked it out.
Okay. Okay. I think I see it on the system.
Hmm. So yeah. So let's go with these two now. Five
Okay.
and six. Five and six. So
Okay.
you see this thing I did here. These
Mm-hmm.
three apostrophes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's for commenting, right?
Okay.
But when you want to comment
Mm-hmm.
multiple lines. So let me normally this is you comment a line like this. So say this is a comment,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if I have right? So these are multiple comments, right? So if I'm using this, just this symbol, just
Yeah.
this symbol alone, right? I can't
Mm-hmm.
comment, I can't comment multiple lines of code, right? So this symbol is for commenting just a single line of code. So this is a comment, it's a one line. I use this symbol. Another
Yeah.
line, I use this symbol. Another line. But if I want to comment multiple lines of code, I can just use three apostrophes. One, two, three. Then come here. One, two, three. Which means I don't need this. I don't need this anymore. I don't need all this.
Okay.
So I have this and this for multiple lines of code. I want to comment
Okay.
multiple lines. I want to comment on multiple lines. So I use the triple quotes. That is one of the uses. Another use of this triple quotes is for when you create, when you are creating, okay, we'll come to that, but when you are creating a function or a class,
Mm.
let's have a function or a class. So this is a function. There's what they call a doc string.
Mm.
A doc string. So what a doc string means is basically it tells you in a doc string, sorry, a doc string tells you what the function does, right? So I create a function, and then I use a triple quote,
Mm-hmm.
and then triple quote, and then I write out what the doc string does, what the function does. So
Yeah.
if this function is to calculate two or more numbers, I can write this function will calculate two or more numbers, provided with the the right parameters, it will give you a result. Is
Yeah.
that clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I get
that
it.
is those are the two functions of a triple quote. Like I said,
Mm.
the single quote. Let's start. Let's just start. So the first thing is commenting.
So that's how to like provide information about your function to tell the reader of your code.
Yes. 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 So this is it. This is the doc string, the triple quote.
Mm-hmm.
So oh, so this is way of commenting. The first way of commenting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, method method one,
Mm-hmm.
which is this one now. I just did now.
Mm-hmm.
Then using triple quotes.
Mm-hmm.
This is method two,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So the first method one using hash hash symbol. Let's just do this. Method two using um, triple quotes, triple quotation max. One, two, three. One, two, three. Is this clear? Hello, can you hear me?
I'm with you.
So is this clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first method is to use hash. Second
Mm-hmm.
method is to use
Triple
uh,
quotes.
triple quotation marks, right? And also
Mm-hmm.
that you can use this triple quotation marks as a doc string
Mm-hmm. In the function of class.
in the function of a class exactly to give more information about the function of the class. That is one. All right. So the next thing we're going to look at now is the print statement.
Okay.
Print statement. So this is fairly easy. The print to print any statement or to print anything in Python, you just use the print function. So print, as the name implies, print
Mm-hmm.
bracket. VS could even gives you some information on how to. It gives information about the function. So you put the values. All these are extra command that we may not always need. So print, then apostrophe. My name is Ocean, right? So
Mm-hmm.
print. My name is Fortune.
That's right.
Print this, right? So if I try to run this, no, hold on, let me seed into this project folder. Okay, I'm already here. No,
Mm-hmm.
seed into week one. All right. So you see, I've printed. See what I get. My name
Okay.
is Fortune, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My name is Fortune. And if you notice, all this I commented out is not showing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because this is a comment.
Yeah.
Like this is a comment. Good. So my name is Fortune. So this is the print statement, right? Now
That's
there
right.
are, yeah, so this is how it works. The next is supposed to be the comments. We've talked on that. The next thing is variables.
Okay.
Variables. Hold on, I'm still here. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
All right, I want to show you something with the variables. So let's do this.
This is AutoCAD.
It's a card, but not AutoCAD. This is Grace card.
Yeah.
All right. So a variable is like basically a box, right? Like this that houses. Let's see. We can move this here. Let's copy it. And then we'll call this data. Yes, this is good. So let me scale this up a little bit. 2. All right. So we have a variable,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have a variable, which is this big box here,
Yeah.
right? And it's housing a data,
Yeah.
right? Now, this data, let's come here. This data can be of different types. So it can be a number, it can be a number, right? It can be letters, right? Or alphabet, but we call it strings in Python. Right? So this data it's housing, it can be a number, it can be a string, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this is a variable housing a data. This
Yeah.
data can be a number or a string or any data type. There are different data, there are different data types. And each of these data types, you always store them in a variable. Every single data type are always stored in a
Mhm.
variable. And then this variable itself is stored in memory. So let's say we have a memory here. This is our memory.
Mhm.
This holds our memory, right? Good. So this is our memory. We have variable. Uh, this comes here. This comes here. So let's say we have variable 1,
Mhm.
right? Then we have variable 2.
Mhm.
Then we have variable 3.
Okay.
See? So we have 3 variables. 1, 2, 3. All of these are stored in the memory,
Yeah.
right? So let's say this variable 1 stores only number,
Yeah.
right? So let's say what is stored in variable 1 is 100, a number.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a number. Mhm.
That's a number, right? What we store in variable 2 is, let's say, a string,
And
right? So let's say we stored string,
okay,
uh,
let's put
my
name.
name,
Mhm.
fortune, yes, right? Then let's say what we store in variable 3 is a list,
Yeah.
a list, a list
Shopping
of,
list. Shopping
mhm,
list.
exactly. So shopping list, we'll come to that, right?
Yeah.
So,
List.
right,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
So variable 1 we store the number, variable 2 we store the string, variable 3 we store the list, right?
Okay.
Now
Mhm.
this this is our memory.
Yeah.
So if I want to come to, if I'm looking for the number 100, right, in this memory, the first thing I will go to first is what?
Memory. Yes.
So
Right.
so this is the memory, right?
Yeah.
In
Mhm.
the memory we have the variable, and in the variable we have the data, right?
Data.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I come to this memory now and I'm
Mhm.
I'm looking for data, the number data, which is 100,
Mhm.
who do I go to first to get this 100?
Go to the variable.
Exactly. Right. So On the memory, I'll call this variable to give me its data.
Okay.
Understand? I'll call
Mhm.
this variable to give me its data. I'll
Mhm.
call variable 3 to give me its data.
Okay.
So in memory, it always points to this variable,
Okay.
right? Good. So that is basically an illustration of variables. So in this case, uh, let's say I have a variable I call name, right?
Mhm.
Now, name is a string, right? String, our names. Then I call
Mhm.
it fortune, right? Fortune. So now what can I do? I can print out this name. So if I come here, I print, I will see the first, my name is Fortune, then I'm seeing Fortune, which is this, right? So what do you think happens if I come again and say name, but now I use a different name? So let's say I use uh, Adewale. So which of these names do you think we printed out?
Adewale.
Adewale, let's see.
Oh, it should give error.
Right? See? Adewale, right? So why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Because the code runs line by line.
Exactly from top to bottom. So it comes here, it sees name is equals to fortune. Okay. It comes here again, it's seeing the same variable. So it's just like we have this variable one is 100. You have another variable one, but now with a different data. So as it's coming from top to down, it first of all sees this. Okay. It comes again and sees another variable. Basically, what it does is it looks at the second one and just ignores this one. It's like what do they call it? Obey the last command, basically. So it takes this and ignores this, right? So this is now something that we know about variables is that every variable should have a unique name,
That's right.
right? Should have a unique name. So this name one, and this is name two. So you don't name a variable name here at the beginning of your code and then come down later on and still name it the same variable, give it the same variable name for another data. It's going to only respond to the last one
Last one.
that you name. Exactly. So variable have unique names.
Mhm.
Fortunate Dewale. Good. So variables have unique name. That is the first thing to note with variables. The second thing to note with variables is that when you're naming variables, there are different ways of naming variables.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mm, supposed to have that. Why did I keep that? Why did I keep that? I'll have all this sorted out in next class. Shouldn't be having this
Okay.
issue. Okay. Sorry, I have to leave you now for just 15 minutes, like we discussed.
Okay. Let me
Yeah,
pause.
yes, let me stop sharing. Is that okay?
Okay.
So I'll be back in 15-20 minutes, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Down, left, left, up, up, down, up, left. Adewale, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Yeah. So I see what you're doing. Um, comment out that line 17. Comment it out. Yeah, comment it. Try again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to try out the options.
Yes, yes, that's it. It's good.
So now let me read. Oh, this one that's now open. Okay. Okay. What are you doing? Yeah, everything else.
Re- remove comment out line 16 too. Comment out line 16. Let's try it again.
I need to break it. Oh, I did break it in nice lining. Can't remember.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for how to use that thing that you use to like break to the next line like this.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, that's that's the right thing.
I don't have to use loop. I was just like you can print several statements
Yes. Use do comma. No, no, inside the bracket.
and do this
Then yes,
and that. I was
yes.
doing now. through now.
Remove the what do they call it?
Code.
Apostrophes. Yes, no, the apostrophes. Yeah.
Through now.
Oh. Okay. So
Maybe it's not.
you know what you can do? Let's use an
Oh,
F
you can
string.
use it as start of the next one.
Yes, exactly. Try that. Let's see. But it will give you an error, and that's a reason why. Let me see. It's
No.
worked. Okay, yes, good. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay, so it breaks this one. Yeah. Oh. But then also added a space. Where's that
But,
space coming from?
because of the this thing you kept there. That.
This.
Yes. If you remove it, there will be no space.
Oh,
Just remove everything. Let's try it
remove
again.
that
Okay,
thing.
let's remove it. Let's try
Well,
it. Let's see.
it's just gonna join it together. See?
Okay, put it back. Put it back. Then put it back. Then you see that space after the comma and name. Close it. No. Yes, that space.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's try it again.
Ah, no, I don't know where the space is coming from.
It's
Maybe.
it's like it's likely a default from that new line.
Uh-huh.
Likely a default from that new line.
And I was like,
That new
maybe
line
because
command.
it was at the beginning. Maybe that's why. Um,
So it can work at the end only if we use what they call an F string. You should do an F string now.
wait, let me do something. If I say print, and remove it. Ah, sorry. Come next time. But I'll come. You know, you get what I'm trying to do, right?
Yes. Is it working?
It's not. It should work. I should be able to print just just there. Oh wait, let me put something. I said space will be off. I didn't even print the dot. Oops. Why is this not working there? Why is it not?
You know the way those commands work on the terminal is different from how they work on the like this text file now.
Mhm.
So they are different.
The way it
So I
works
feel
in the
like
console.
yes on the terminal. So
Okay.
I feel like it's likely a default from
From that,
using that slash dash that slash n command
okay.
backward slash command. I feel like it's likely a default from that.
I see. Yeah. I mean, so it's can only be for loop. I don't know. Let me see what this guy says. Oh, you're right. It's a default. It's a
right?
new line. It's a new line. That's why it's better to put it at the end. It's a new line break followed by a space because it is followed by name one with the default
Oh, see, yeah, exactly.
separate. So it effectively becomes new line space name one. Okay, see. That leading space after the new line comes from default separate. Oh,
Exactly. Okay, so remove the separator. I think there was a separator in your line of code. Yeah, yeah.
which
See there.
means
No, no, no. The first one, the first after operandi. Yes, that one. Remove that one. Yeah. Okay.
no.
Still there.
See there. Let's do this one. It shouldn't be this one.
No, it shouldn't be that one.
Oh, that's not working.
Yeah.
So how did it separate Smith and MS? Oh, because there is a really there is a okay. So to test this now, I think with all these commands, there's always something preceding them. Should give her, yeah. Hmm.
Remove same from the first. Remove separate and end from the first one. Let's see. Yes, remove those two. Separate and end.
Strange. I was hoping that he's gonna join them together.
It, it, but it will join them now actually.
Ah.
Oh,
So okay, I see what's going on now. So maybe once you are writing to a file, you don't need all those things because see how everything writes correctly.
yeah, yeah. Try remove the file. Let it run on the command prompt. Let's see. Oh, it's not possible right now.
Nice.
Uh,
It is. I mean, doing this and try this option
okay, okay, good.
to
Yeah,
print to console.
yes. So copy line 21 and 22 only. No, 22 and 23. Sorry. Yes, those two only. Yes, those two only. Then remove the comment. Remove the file. Remove the file. File. Let's move that from both of them. Okay, let's see. Comment that line 17 too. We don't want that for now. Check something. Let's try it. See.
Hmm.
So you know with every new print statement, well, it's not supposed to. It's supposed
Oh,
to.
it breaks by itself.
Yes, but sometimes it doesn't.
I mean, it wasn't doing that before when I wrote it. No, no,
So
it should in the console or in the file. When I put it in the file, that's what led me to thinking about this in the first place.
okay. So yeah. So
So
yes.
if you
With
remove
every
this,
yes. So
okay, so
actually with every new print statement, right? It automatically goes to a new line, right? So
oh
the essence of that new line keyword is in case I want a space between Adewale PhD and Adewale MSc, I want a space between them. I will now introduce that new line character
yeah,
to get a
yeah.
space between them. But for every new print statement, you get a new, it automatically prints out in a new line of code.
Yeah. Well, the problem that led me here is that I think this separator remove that default character behavior and replace it with whatever you want. Because if you take this now, add it in there, add it right here, the behavior changes. You understand?
Yeah.
So now let's run it again. You see? So that separator kind of like remove that default behavior
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly.
and then because it doesn't have break anymore. It
Exactly.
now says,
So
okay, you don't want to break, you don't want me to do the pivot situation. Okay, follow
exactly.
your
So
own.
put asterisks, 5 asterisks in that separator inside. Put 5 asterisks. I think this should better explain how it works. Run it again. Run it again. You should see how the separator works now. So there'll be an asterisk between both of them. See? But it shouldn't
Right.
be here. It shouldn't be here. Why is it there?
Let's look at where I put it. I put it in. Oh yeah. Uh,
Between
between
upper
this
and
name, yeah,
yes,
it's
and
correct.
so if you bring it after
After
PhD,
PhD, no,
exactly.
it can never be after PhD because it doesn't matter where PhD is because they say end. You get it right. This will always end it. If I
So
want
why
it
is
between PhD,
oh okay. So if you I wanted to show if you put that separator now. Oh, I get it. Why?
you always.
Uh,
I think this thing remove that default behavior
yeah, so okay.
and
So what you should do for me? Remove. I wanted to show you how it's actually working. Remove exactly. Just remove that for now. Okay.
if you put this here
I,
and then you want it between PhD, right?
I want it between the print one and print two. So
Oh, 21, 22. It won't happen. Between 23 and 24, you mean?
exactly.
It won't happen.
Let's let's try it again.
You see, it's only between here.
Just for that print statement.
Yeah, it's only that.
Okay. Bring,
So
bring it back. Bring back your end.
it's there. It's doing its job. That separator is what removed the default behavior. That's it. So I think it's part of the default behavior that separator is turned to none and something else is put there. So when you now turn that separator on, you ignore that one and then do something else kind of station. Anyway, are you done with what you're doing? Let's continue
Yes.
so I don't generate the class. Yeah,
All
let's
right.
let's leave it as this. Let me remove this, guys. Let me see if end also do the same. Yeah. Um and I don't think end does the same problem. If I run this oh, end also do the same problem. So I think if we want everything to work right, you don't have to use any of this in there. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting.
Give me 2 minutes, please.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. This is not working. Okay, hold on now. Else. Okay. Okay. So you can allow me to share now.
Sure. You're good now.
Right. So where are we?
Yeah, we stopped there.
Variables, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that variables are used to store data. Right? This data can be numbers, letters, basically anything. Lists, dictionary, set, etc. Right? And I've gotten the picture I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
String, yeah. Right, so good. Yeah, so this is the string. Okay, that's a variable. Oh, sorry, hold on, not this variable. This. Okay, so guidelines for naming variables. This is where I wanted, this is what I was about to talk about if I stepped out. So the first guideline is to use descriptive names, right? So if I want to, so if I want to write a variable for the name of my students, if I put name of students, name of students, then list, is better than saying n of s, right? The idea of naming variables is that if you write a code and then I come back to the same code you wrote, I should not be asking you what does this variable do. You get?
Yeah.
So by looking at the way you name your variables, I should be able to determine what that variable is supposed to do and what it's not supposed to do. You get? So, but if I come to your code and if I come to code and I see this and I see a list, I will know that okay, the data in this list are the name of students, right? But if I come and I see NOS and I'm seeing a list, even though I'm seeing names, I won't figure out that it's names. It can be names of what? I don't know what S is, right? I don't even know what N is, so it's not very descriptive. So the first thing is that your variable should be very descriptive. The second guideline is to write in lowercase always, right? So it should come here. right in lowercase. So the idea behind that is that in Python, in JavaScript, right, they have two ways of naming variables. They have what do they call it? You can use let, right?
Mm-hmm.
In JavaScript, then you now write the variable name. So you let name equals to you write the person's name, or you can use constant
Const.
in
Mm-hmm.
variable, right? In JavaScript,
Constant. Mm-hmm.
yes,
Constant.
exactly, right. So these are the two ways. So this constant means name is now a constant,
Mm-hmm. Never gonna
right?
change the content.
Exactly, right. So, but you can always change the content of this at any point in time. But in Python, we don't have
Options.
this feature. We don't have this feature. So what do we do now in Python is that for our normal variable names, we use small letters like this, like this. So for this one now, the Python equivalent of this is just this. This is the Python equivalent, right? Small letter. Then the Python equivalent for this
Mm-hmm.
is basically now using capital letter.
Oh.
Yes. So if I come and I see a variable you name like this, I will know that this is a constant that should not be changed. I should not touch it. I can decide to change it, but then I'm going against a recognized, like anybody in the Python community have agreed, we've agreed that this is how since we don't have a default way of making a variable constant, let's just do this. So if anyone sees this, they should know that this is a constant that should not be altered. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now the next thing is to avoid using reserved words, right? So I can't obviously name my variable print. I can't available print. I can't available print is equals to, right? So avoiding reserved words, basically. It might work for some, but at some point, so that there are some that will throw error. So just avoid it. Write meaningful abbreviations. This is clear enough. Write meaningful abbreviations. Then follow PEP 8 study guidelines. We won't do this. Sure, we can't do this. We can't go and check the guidelines, but there's a guideline for styling your variables. But then there's two things that is not on this is how to, so you can name a variable using camel case, camel case, right? Basically, it means name one. This is camel casing. So I can do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or or when I do something like name of students, let's do this. Hello, are you still there?
with you.
Oh, sorry about that. So these are two ways of naming variables, right? Let me move
Mhm.
this. Let me just remove this too. So you can either use the camel casing.
Okay.
This is actually my favorite way of naming variables. The
Okay.
name underscore underscore, or you can use this where the first word, right, is in small letter. Then every other word after it, you just start with capital letter.
Okay.
Name of students. So some persons it depends on your preference. Right? Some persons prefer this. Some persons prefer this. I actually prefer this,
Yeah,
the
me
first
too.
one. Right? And then there's another thing again to note when naming variables. You don't name a variable with number like
Mhm.
this. See, it's still an error. You can put the number here, but you can't put the number in front.
Mhm.
See, right? So that too should be noted.
Okay.
All right. Next is to look at data types. So we've done this before, so I'll quickly be going through them. So data types. So the first data type we'll look at is numeric data type, right?
Okay.
This is basically what we know already, using numbers,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So like we know, like we discussed earlier, with this, right? We have the variable which is storing a number, right?
Mhm.
Good. Now, under the numeric type, we have three types of numeric data types, numeric numbers, three types under this. So we have three. We have the integer, floating point numbers, and complex numbers, right? Integer is basically the normal number with the whole numbers, 1 to 100 to 1000 without decimal, right? Without decimal. While floating point numbers or float has decimal point. So this is an integer, this is a float. 10, no decimal, 10.5, there's a decimal. So whenever there's a decimal, that's a float.
Yeah.
It's still under numeric types, but we call it a float. Now, complex numbers, this is basically used in when people that are into statistics in Python
Okay.
or maybe engineering. It's what we use in
Mhm.
engineering, right?
The
So
example of a complex number is a equals to 3 plus 4.
4J. So you have the real part and the imaginary part.
Okay.
I highly well, yeah, you're into science, right?
Mhm.
Huh?
I am, yeah, I'm a scientist.
Oh, then you should be well familiar with this,
Okay.
right? So that's basically it. But in engineering, we we didn't really use this after our third year in school.
It's something, I mean, it's a theory that you can use,
Eh,
but not really mostly used. Maybe used in
Exactly,
like maybe chip making or something like that.
exactly. So, but for core power, I think that electronics, it's used in electronics too. Like you said, yeah, chips. Yeah, it is electronics too. Microchips and the rest definitely
Mhm.
is there. Definitely, right? But for what we are doing, we don't really need it. But it's still good to know.
I think they call it symbol in JavaScript. I don't know.
They call it they
Fine.
call it what?
Symbol. Maybe that's what I can't remember.
Symbol. Symbol.
Hmm. Yeah, like symbol data type.
Hmm.
This is what's equivalent of complex data type in JS.
They call it an array.
Okay, that's a list.
That is the list actually.
That's AI response, right? Or tutorial
Yeah, that,
response.
yes. But I'm using
Tutorial
uh
response.
I'm just using Google.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let me get to no, not this, not this, not this.
You didn't get it.
Mm,
Okay. Say complex data type in Python. What is the
okay.
equivalent in JavaScript?
Yeah. Oh, it does not have one actually,
Okay, okay.
but you can create one.
It's showing how to create it if you need
Yeah.
using a class
Mm.
to string and things like that. Okay,
All right.
okay.
It's fine. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it for the numeric type. So the next is the text type, right? Text, which is or text, or in Python, it's mostly called string type,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, like we said earlier, with our demonstration, the variable and then string, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have the variable A and then the string hello world. I wanted us to run this code.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Let me comment out everything. Ah, okay. So, so numeric data type, we printed out integer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The variable which is 10, and then you know what this function is, right? Type.
Yeah, checking the
Type
type of the variable, of data
exactly,
type in the variable.
exactly. So it checks the type of the data in this
In the
variable.
variable.
So I have this variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ask I I come to my memory, and
Mm-hmm.
then I have this variable one, but then I don't know the data in that variable, right? So I need a function that will tell me what data is in the variable,
Mm-hmm.
right? So and I call this function this function to tell me, okay, what type of data is in this variable A, right? So
Yeah.
it tells me that what is an integer.
Mhm.
The same thing here. What type of data is in this variable A? It also tells me it's what? A float. The same thing
Okay.
happens here. It tells me it's a complex number, right?
Okay.
So that's it for this. The next we are working on was the string type. So we have string, the data, hello world, and then what type of data is this? It says it's a what? str, which stands for string. That's clear, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right. So the next thing we are looking at now is the sequence types. So when it comes to sequence, should have gotten this. Okay, but no problem. We'll still come to that. So when it comes to sequence, we have three types. So basically, what is a sequence? You're familiar with AP and GPs, right? Arithmetic
Mhm.
progression and,
Okay.
hmm?
Arithmetic progression and
And
geometric progression.
exactly. So those are sequential data, right? So that is basically what this kind of is, right? But this can be anything. So right,
Mhm.
what we have here now is actually numbers, right? The list
Mhm.
is storing numbers. Let me do
Mhm.
this. So here the list is storing numbers, right? But this list can also store strings.
Mhm.
Can also store strings. So instead of
So,
numbers, I can,
so is list a sequence type?
yes, it is.
Okay.
Under sequence type, we have list, set, right? No, tuple. Set is not, set is not a sequence type. And range. But we don't really put range amongst it, but for the sake of this, just for explanation, let's just put range amongst it. No, remove the range. Remove the range. You can leave it, but let's leave it. Let's leave it. So the first one we have is the list. So I said you can store numbers, as in this case here, or we can have,
Mix.
mm, right? So it can store numbers. It can store um, strings,
Mhm.
right? Right. So it can store a lot of data. You can also have um, a list of a list of
Mhm.
uh, uh, a list of dictionaries, a list
Okay.
of lists, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Store different data types. So you can store a list inside a list,
Mhm.
right? So we'll come to that. So we'll go into that when we've entered into list.
Mhm.
So the next is the tuple. Let's run this. Let's see what it gives us. So the first one is list 1, 2, 3, 4 class list. Okay, I didn't print this. Class is list. So let's print foods. Let's forward this. Let's print foods. right? So we have the list, we have egg, plantain, yam, gari, class is list. So this is the type, it's a list type.
Yeah.
That's for this one. Next is the tuple. Now for the tuple, where are we? Where are we? Okay. For the tuple, so you should notice about a list. A list is ordered, changeable, and allow for duplicates,
Mm.
right? It's ordered, changeable, and allows for duplicate. What that means is that I can have plantain and have plantain again,
Okay.
and there will be no issue with this data type. So if I run this, if I if I run this, you see,
Mm.
I have plantain appear twice.
Mm-hmm.
So note this because we'll come to another data type that don't allow for duplicates like this. But
Mm-hmm.
just note this for now. Note this for now. So the next thing is the tuple, as I was saying. So it's ordered, it's unchangeable, it allows for duplicates. Now, what does changeable means? Changeable means I can decide to change this plantain now to, let's say,
So
um,
banana.
banana, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
possible with list. I won't do that now because of time. We'll still, let me see if we can come to list. Good. So when we get here, we'll check all that.
Okay.
Yeah, when we get there, we'll check all that. But basically, it's possible to change from plantain to banana. But with a tuple, right? If this was a
Mm-hmm.
tuple, let's say I bring it here. Tuple, the symbol is brackets, so just brackets. So if this was a tuple, right, I can't change plantain to banana. It won't allow it.
Mm-hmm.
It will throw an error, right? So that is something to note with tuples.
So topo is is ordered
It's
like
ordered,
list,
yes, unchangeable,
changeable.
yes, and also allows for duplicates.
Yeah. So
So
that's
all the,
unchangeable is the difference.
yes, that's the difference. Therefore, range, I shouldn't have bought range here really. Range is basically, let me show you this. So let's say I print this out. Print it out. It should not even be here. So this is the range. Oh, I turned it to a list. If I didn't, this is a range. So you see, it's just from 0 to 5. 0 to 5. But if I turn this now, I should have, I do this now. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what you know what this is doing, right?
This one is listing everything out. That one is just showing the minimum and maximum.
Exactly. But do we know what we are doing here?
No.
Okay. So we talked about this last time I was last year, I think. So this
Okay.
is what they call type conversion.
Okay.
You know, it's a range type, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we changed it now to a list,
Okay.
right? So see this now. Look at this now. So it's see. If you check the terminal here, I see my cursor.
I can see it.
Class is what?
It's range.
Range. You see what we put here, right? A.
Mm-hmm.
A is referencing this data type, right? It's referencing range,
Correct.
right? So let's do something now. Let's let's do B is equals to, then we'll now carry this now and place here. Then just put B here. So if you run this, it still says what range, it still gives us the list, right? Which is this B here. Now B is referencing this list, right? Are you with me?
I'm with you.
B is referenced to this list, and the type of A is still range. But if we change this type now to type of B,
B, it will give you a list.
see, it changes,
Uh-huh.
right? So what we are doing is what they call type conversion.
Uh-huh.
You understand? So type conversion. I will come to that. Let me finish with this. We'll come to this. So this is basically the range type. All of these are under sequence types. The
Okay.
next is, the next is the mapping type. This is basically our dictionary using key value pairs, right? So this is a key, this is a value. These are the values. This key value, this key, this value.
Mm-hmm.
Let's run this. So you have dictionary, name, fortune, age, 25, class, dictionary, type dictionary. Dictionary, we have key values. I think we can still go in depth. So we won't go in depth to this. We'll still have time for that. We still have time for that. Come to that soon. The next is the set data type. So this is why I say we should set data type. So under this, we have
It's part of mapping type too, right?
no, no, it's not. It's not. It's a different type.
Okay.
Different type.
Okay.
So the first one is normal set. The normal set is unordered, unique items only. Right? It's unordered, unique items only. What does that mean? Let's bring this. Let's bring this out. Call
No
this B.
duplicate.
Let's call this B. Show you something. Mm,
Is set changeable?
for set,
Yeah, is it changeable? Um,
we don't really need to change anything really.
in set.
Yes. And it's I will explain why it's not possible. I'll explain why it's not possible. Yeah. Or why it to pose an issue, or why we don't even attempt to even try to change it. Right. So look at this now. This first one I have here is a set, right? A is a set.
Okay.
B is what?
List.
A list,
List.
exactly. Exactly. So I want to print out the set. I want to print out the list. So
Okay.
we'll see the difference now. Let's make it longer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then
Yeah,
let's put some.
you have duplicate.
Yes. So let's put some duplicates now.
So
Let's put.
you already have 5.
Oh,
There's
okay,
no
good.
6.
Okay, good, beautiful, beautiful. So let me just copy this and bring here. Okay, I want to have line space between all this. I want to have space between all this. So let's run this. Let's see what happens. Good, beautiful, beautiful. So let's have one of this here. Let's remove one of this here. Exactly. All right, so look at the set now. You see what happens? We
Mm-hmm.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? It removed the duplicate.
Okay, I see.
It removes duplicate. The next we have for the list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. The duplicate is still there.
Okay.
See? Right? So let's say you have uh, you're given a data and they ask you to remove all duplicates, right? You can decide now to use a for loop to loop through everything and then remove all duplicates, right? But that's like a waste of time. So you can just decide to pass that data through a
It's a set.
set,
Okay.
right? So the set just automatically removes all the duplicates for you.
Okay.
So for example, now using our type conversion that we just saw now, I have this list with duplicates, right? B
Mm-hmm.
with duplicates, right? If I come down here now and say print, then I put set in bracket, I put B. You know what this is doing, Radu? This
It's
B is
converting
this
list.
exactly. So if I print this now, let's bring this here again. If I print this, see what happens. See? 1, 2, 3,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it removes it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've converted from list to what?
You
To
see?
some to set. But let's say I want to convert from set list to set, but I want the data to still be in list. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Basically, I want to remove the duplicates in a list, but I still want data to retain that list property.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Oh, how do you do that?
So I want to remove the duplicates in this list, right? But I don't want it to now become a set. I want it to still be a list.
Okay.
You get so we can come here and if we put list first.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Let's try this now. See, duplicates are gone,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still a list now.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
So basically, you converted the set back to list.
List exactly, exactly. So that this is just a simple way of removing duplicates from a list. So
Mm-hmm.
I could have easily used the for loop,
You say
understand, and
okay.
do some logic.
Uh-huh.
But it's a waste of time and memory.
Yeah.
So I just use this simple one line code. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's basically it. So oh sorry. Oh, we can leave that. No need to leave it. Yeah. So I wanted to show you something about sets being unordered.
Okay.
Why is no working? Let's see. Alpha.
No, because you.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh, okay. Good. Finally, yeah, it's working now. It takes time, but it definitely works. So you see where alpha is now. You see where alpha is now. Do you see this?
Oh, okay.
You see where it is now.
So
But look at it.
it can show anywhere.
Exact. So
Um,
it's not
but
ordered. It's not ordered.
list is ordered. Everything is
Yeah. So
indexed.
alpha will always remain at the same position it was at every point in time. So
Okay.
it has changed position. It has
Again.
changed
Okay.
position. It's changed position. Changed
Every
position.
time.
But
I
you see
see.
alpha is right. So that is the thing about set. Right. So
Okay.
now you see why we don't usually try to it's possible to attempt to change
Because
uh
because you don't know which position it's gonna be. So how are you gonna change it?
exactly. So it's possible, but it's risky, right?
I mean, you could
Unless
say you could use for loop for something like something and then do some.
so yeah, it's possible, it's risky. So we don't try to we only use it to remove duplicates and maybe some other calculations, right? You know
So
our
what?
normal set.
So, so
Yeah.
you know, in a real world, what kind of scenario do you store data in set?
Okay, so let's say you want to do comparison between two datas, right?
Mm.
You know when we do setting in statistics
Maths.
or
Yeah,
maths,
like
We have
a un-
we have the
union or
union,
intersection.
intersection, exactly. So scenarios like that where you want to check for data like that sets um, the perfect data type to go to. And more importantly, the one I've seen mostly we use set for because I've been going through codes. I've rarely seen unless it's you are into statistics. You know, Python is using statistics a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so people that into stats will use this function for their intersection and the rest. But we now as a web developer and things like that, what I see we mostly use set for is to remove duplicates.
Mhm. Okay.
Mostly, mostly, most
I
of the
can
times.
now I'm beginning to see the scenario. For example, like in SQL, right? I
Yeah.
can have like I can pull a data set that is bigger, and then
Mm,
I pull it another data set that is smaller, and I can say
yeah.
minus. I can minus the two to see the difference between the two.
Yeah. But yeah, so if to do that in Python, right? You know, when you're printing out SQL data, right? So I've stored data in my database. I want to print it out. I want to print it out here on my console, right? I think the data type is usually in list.
Oh, in SQL?
Yes, no. When I'm printing it out to my console,
Uh-huh.
it's usually in list.
Ah,
Yes, that is like a default. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I'm strong. I'm trying to.
Okay, so let's hold on. So let's say I have a database. I have a SQL database, right? DB, and in this
Mm,
database now, I've stored the list, oh, no, names of students, right? And then I have Abba, uh, Amy,
mm,
Josh, right? Let's say these three names.
okay.
Good. Now I can go to my um, database now, right, and write the SQL command, select all, right, and then
Yeah.
it will give me all these names.
Mm-hmm.
That works, right? But
Yeah.
let's say I don't want to use SQL command. You know, you can use Python to print out the data in your database. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I'm getting you instead of using
So
select statement.
exactly, I can use the Python code. There's a Python line of code, right? I connect my Python to my SQL DB,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then
Okay.
then print out the list. So I'm saying that when I'm printing out this list now in Python on my console, the data type I will get is a
The
list.
list.
A
Okay.
list. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It will be in a list format.
If
Now,
you're like Oracle database or something, it's going to show you as a column. But
which
in
is
Python,
ex-
you're gonna reshape it and show you in the list.
so that column now is yes, exactly. Right? Now, I'm saying that if when I get that now, and maybe I want to remove all the duplicates now in that database now, right? I can just decide to convert it to set.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, so that's basically what we do in this thing. But
Okay.
in yeah, in real life as a web developer, it's that. But then again, we can easily remove duplicates using SQL commands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You,
So
you
yeah,
can
so
get
it's most
unique.
exactly. So I see it mostly used in statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, statistics.
Yeah, like finding intersection between two set of data.
Hmm.
Pull one, pull another, and then say, okay, give me the unique ones that
Exactly.
are common between both of them.
Exactly.
And you know how.
Uh, yeah. So next is the Boolean type.
Okay.
Boolean type. So this is basically true or false values, right? So if I run this now, why is this still showing this? I need to get this. I need to get this. I like this.
No,
So
that
I,
is.
so I can be having. Oh, yes. So if I put it as false,
It will
that
still give
means
you.
it's still false, but Boolean type. So it's normal true or false. That is Boolean
Okay.
type, true or false. Yeah, true or
Okay.
false value. That is
Mm-hmm.
basically it. Let me copy this. Binary type. Man, I I don't think I've used this before. Honestly, I don't think I've used this before.
What does it mean? I never seen it before myself.
Yeah, it's our what do they call it? Binary type, octal, binary, hexadecimal.
Mm. I'm remembering little by little. It's been a while.
Mhm. Let me run this. Oh, my version environment is on. I'll put it off soon. By the way. So, like I was saying, are you familiar with binary numbers? Base 2, base 8, base 16, and the rest.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
what I'm
So
trying to.
yeah. So this stores binary data, but I don't really I haven't used it before, to be honest. I
Okay.
mean, I'm looking at this now. The only thing that I can see that would be beneficial to me is this memory view.
Is that
So let's say
what's been? Mhm.
like for me now it's memory view. This one
Okay.
memory view. So I want to view the data. For example, now look at this now. Look at this memory view, memory at. So this is the location of this
Okay.
data in
Okay.
memory.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so this makes sense to me. This location of this
Oh,
data in memory. So that makes a lot of sense to me. But
okay.
outside that, I don't really know.
What does the byte array mean then? Is this a byte
Uh,
array?
hold on, let's check. We can check it up together.
And check GBT and see. It's just gonna
Yeah.
say so much. Okay. Okay.
I think the best thing is to check what the binary data is. And this should settle it for us.
Need to modify binary data,
Yeah, so we need to know what the
which
binary
is
data is.
immutable. Oh, using file input output
Oh,
like
good. See, and networking, exactly what I was saying. Because when you're networking, you need to know location of some
data.
data in memory,
Mm-hmm.
right? Image and audio processor. But let me check this first. Beautiful.
Binary data is greater than zero ones. Mm-hmm. The language of
Exactly.
existence margin in the range. So, for example, image decimal, text file decimal.
So basically, right? I download. How do I do this now? How do I explain this? I downloaded these pictures, right?
Mhm.
These pictures. This is the extensions, properties, right? Uh, type of file is JPEG, right? If I want to open this, so once I download into this my PC now, if I want to open this, if I want to open this, open with photos, right? For these photos to understand this JPEG file format, it converts it first to a binary data
Okay.
because computers understand zeros and ones.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is normal, exactly. So if you're giving it any data that's not zero and one, it will first convert it to zero and one first before it does anything
The
for you.
interpreter how they compile.
Exactly. So that's basically what's happening here. So image files are stored as binary, audio from MP3. The system converts it first. The machine converts it first to binary data first before it can even give you information. So when we are playing music, right, there is a background interpretation behind from that format to
Mm-hmm.
binary format for the computer to understand. The same thing with all this. I think
Mm-hmm.
that is binary data. So knowing that about binary data, we can now come back here now to what is happening here. So they're saying that a byte array is a mutable sequence of bytes, right? So it's like a small numbers, 0 to 5, but meant to store binary data.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will be a sequence of zero ones, right?
Yes.
And then those sequence of zero ones, you can change it. And that's how we are able to cut, edit video and things like that.
Exactly.
Okay. Basically, it's just an array, but instead of
Yeah.
it to be an array of real world data,
It's
it's an
I
array
know
of
binary
binary.
data. Exactly. Exactly. And let's ask where where is this where is that data type? So let's ask who uses it more.
Okay. In what context is it used more?
Oh, okay. In what? Okay, field. Let's use field.
Mhm.
Uh, binary, binary
Data time.
types data types useful. So
Image.
image processing.
Okay.
This yeah, audio and music, video and multimedia, networking, communication, file handling operating systems, embedded web development. I knew that it's not a web development. Definitely needed there for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
see,
yeah. Because you need to know the position of things
and
mostly.
yeah, very important for this cryptography and
Mhm.
security. You get.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. So
So then
all this AI thing that generates like image from text, all those things, so they'll be using a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. But I think with the way we've progressed, I don't think you work with the raw binary data. You can be working
Mm-hmm.
with something that is helping you to do that, but I don't think you work with the raw binary data.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
And with you,
Yeah, I don't think you'll be working directly with the raw binary data because I don't think anyone can really understand those data.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, this is at the yeah, all those convert like interpreter, they will be working at that level. They will be using
exactly.
that.
They will do the conversions for you.
Mm-hmm. All
Yeah,
this machine language and things.
exactly, exactly.
Nice
So
and
lastly, we have the non-data type. So the non-data type is fairly straightforward. It's just none. It basically means there's no value there.
mm-hmm.
None. It's like no value. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to signify. Will I say just null? Just null.
But wait,
Let's.
empty and null the same?
That's what I want to say. I'm saying no because this is empty, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
This is empty. This is empty. This is this is empty.
Mm-hmm.
This is empty too. If I do this, you see, they're empty.
Mm-hmm.
They're empty, but I can't call this none.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do something now. Let's do hmm, B
Let's see.
B B C C. Can you see
Class.
this?
So class
Let's
first one. A is non-type. B is string. C is list. Okay.
exactly. So non-type string list, but you see they are both empty. It's
Mm-hmm.
an empty.
But they
Empty.
don't mean the same thing.
They don't mean the same thing. So this is we just call it no value.
Okay.
Just
It's not empty, it's just no value.
no value. No value. That is the right way to put that. No value.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I want to work on something, but I want to start from a point of where there's no value. But this means if I'm using this now to represent no value, I'm restricting myself to just the string data type.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm using this to represent no value, I restrict myself to just the list data type. But with this
Empty.
now, I can use none and I'm open to using string. And so let's say I want to work on a list or a string, but I want to start from somewhere. I want to start from none, where there is no value, then there is value, no value. So I start with this because maybe I want to work on multiple data types. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this restricts me. This restricts me. This opened me to a lot of possibilities.
Okay, because it's nothing in there. So
It's not
I can change it to any data type I want.
exactly
Standalone.
immediate, easily,
But C can always be list.
always be list.
And B always gonna be string.
So if I want to add a value to this string now, right, it has to be a string,
Mm-hmm.
and this has to be a
The
string too,
list.
but yeah, something like that. But this list stores strings, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still limiting. So this is not basically. Uh, how do I put this now?
But is that no? Is none the same thing as no?
No, it's like null, like no value.
Okay. Yeah, that's important because in SQL you do know. In JavaScript, I don't know if they have null as well.
They do, they do. Let's ask. You see, this means it means
Can
that
assign
no value here
no value here or nothing,
or nothing,
empty
empty on purpose, on
purpose.
purpose. Right? This variable has nothing in it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
it's like
how is it useful?
so it's yeah exactly.
Placeholder.
So
Placeholder.
exactly. In fact, this is when
So
we are
let's
doing when we are doing web development, right? This is what we start with first. Remember when we said we just keep it as a placeholder.
mm-hmm.
I don't assign a real value to it. Yes, I just keep it as a placeholder. Then when I want to come back to it, I will now
Mm-hmm.
add values to it.
Okay, if a function doesn't return anything, you return none. Just like in
Exactly.
undefined in JavaScript.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
So
what's different? I saw something now. None versus none. For a
this is
string
string. This is string. Yeah, this
and
is string. They're different.
text.
They're different.
But can you ask if it's the same thing as null? That's the part that I'm still not clear on.
Okay.
Is none the same thing as null?
Short answer, yes, but also no, depending on the language and how deep you go.
Python the same as null. Okay.
In Python, it's the same as null, right?
Mm-hmm.
In other languages like JavaScript, blah, blah, blah,
But in other language,
so look at
okay.
it here now.
So let's look
The
at
concept,
no value in
yes,
Python.
is none. JavaScript is null. In Java is null. In SQL is null. No
Okay.
value. The
Okay.
type
And it's an object. Okay, it's a data type in Python, but in JavaScript it's an object.
is an object. Then is a reference. This is also a data type too in Python,
Yeah.
null type.
Okay.
Now, is
It's
it
just
faulty? Yes,
yes in
yes,
Python, yes in JavaScript, yes
yes.
in Java,
Not
not applicable in SQL.
applicable.
Okay.
So, so we can continue, right?
Yep.
All right. Where are we? Yeah, that's basically for this.
That's very stuff.
So quickly with this. This is very straightforward. I think we've done this before, Sha, but we'll just go through it. So arithmetic operations and basic expressions. Right. So we know our normal addition,
Mm-hmm.
subtraction, multiplication, division, and floor division. Do you remember the last time we were on these two,
Yeah.
right? How
They are
15
different.
over, they're different, right? So this one will always return a float value.
Okay.
So 15 over 3 is 5 normally, right? But if you use this, it gives you 5.0. If I do this now, it just give me 5. I think that's, wow, let's just try it. Let's not just talk, let's try it. Let me put J. Print D. Print J. See? The first
Okay.
one, 5.0. The second one, 5. So the first one is normal division. The second one is called floor division. So the floor division removes the decimal,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
So let's remove decimal. So normally, so look at this now. Hmm, Look at this. I'll change it to E. If I run this, see, 3. But we know that 15 over 4 is 3 points, 3,
3.2 something.
3, 3
3.5.
remainder. Exactly. So, no,
2
no, no.
over
It's not
it's 3 over 4. 3.75.
simple, yeah. So, but the decimal point, it just removes it. Anything after the decimal, it removes it and just gives you 3.
Okay.
It does
It's
not
long.
approximate. It does not approximate.
Okay.
It does not approximate. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Next is the modulus. 15, 15 modulus 4. So this is basically a remainder, right? So we know that 15 over 4 is 2 remainder 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yes.
15 divided, that's 3. Yeah. Gives you 3.
I mean, 3 remainder 3 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 remainder
So
3.
the answer
Yes.
is 3. Yeah,
3.
3 remainder 3.
So it's the remainder that is coming here. Let's use 2. So if we use 2 here, what do we get?
So it will
What do we
be with 7 remainder 1.
So the answer will be what?
1.
Let's try it then. Correct. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next is exponential. This is basically two raised to power 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we use this symbol for exponentials.
Mm-hmm.
We leave this straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Next is basic operations in oh it's so
Basic expression, right?
yeah, this is basically doing calculations.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this 2 plus 3 times 4, right? So we add these two first, 5. 5 times 4 will give us 20. The same thing, we can store the numbers in variables, right? And then come here and add those numbers times. I believe this is clear.
It's fine.
Yeah.
About,
Because if you remember, we did almost everything here last time we were looking into this.
Mhm.
We spent time on this actually that last time.
Yeah, but I think I've forgotten anything.
that is one thing with uh, coding. If you leave it a long time,
Yeah.
you definitely so let's do something now for this one. So let's say initially I have a is equals to 10, right? And I want to update it now to 15, right? So there are two ways for me to do that. I can just say a is equals to a plus 10. So this is the updated a is equals to this a plus 5, make it 15. Or I can use a shorthand method and say a is equals to a plus equals to 5. This thing is the same thing as this.
Okay.
They are the same thing. You understand? These two are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just this is just a shorthand method. Instead of doing this long, just shorthand method.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically it for this. The next is operator precedence. What's next? Let's see. Okay. Operator precedence. So we know our normal board mass.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that multiplication, no. parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, floor, modulus, addition, and finally subtraction. So let's say we have something like this now. Results 2 times 3 times 4, right? The first thing we do now is to what? Looking at this now, what do we do? What's the first thing we do?
From the first one, that will be multiplication.
12, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 12 plus 2, that give us 14. Then what about this? What do we do first?
Bracket first, parenthesis.
Times 4. 6 times, no, 5 times 4 is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Times 4 will give us 20,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is basically it. So any question so far? Because we are done with this class 1.
Okay.
It's not got time. Any question so far?
So go back to the screen you were showing before. So
This
when
screen.
you say multiplication, division, floor, modulus,
Yes.
does that order does that work in that order? You know, when you look at Bodmer's, right?
Mm.
You start with bracket, exponent, division. So does floor happen first before modulus?
So this division is either, these two are the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either you have division or you have floor.
Okay. But my question is, if I have in an expression,
Mm.
right, and I have both division and floor, which one gets
No,
operated first?
division.
Okay. Okay.
Division.
Then before modulus.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Division.
Okay. And then
So any question so far?
I think it's all good. Are you going to send me the class file?
You want this file?
Yeah, I need to be able to review
Okay.
because I wasn't practicing along.
Okay. Okay. I can send to you now.
Yeah. Share. Let's be sharing the each class file so that way it's easy to practice. That's my first
Okay.
question. Then the second question I have is that can you show me how you split screen your VS Code? That
Okay.
you have the
This.
terminal on one side, and then instead of it to be like on the bottom, you kind of put it on the side.
Okay. So if you come, let me change position again. So if you come here now, right, by the side,
Uh,
this after this three dots, are you seeing the three dots on your own end?
mhm.
Just come to the side, right click.
Okay,
You will see align panel
okay,
or panel, no, panel position, panel position.
okay,
So I can decide to go to the top, left, right, or bottom. So if I choose bottom, now it's going to come to the bottom.
okay. Then you choose left.
So I chose right to come to my right.
Okay.
Has it worked for you?
Yeah, I've not tried. I'm just looking at it.
Okay. So basically, right clicking, panel position, top, left, right,
Let me
bottom.
let me give it a shot now.
Okay.
I click on that dot, right?
Not on the
Or
dot, like
outside,
beside outside the dot,
beside
just
it.
close to, yes, beside the dot.
Not working now. Just showing me menu bar, layout control.
Yes.
Oh, I think it's not working on me. Oh my, I think I messed it up. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing.
Please hold on. I'll just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, menu bar, customize layout. Right. Oh, so you move it to that side. So how am I going to change it back? Okay, switch everything upside down. This is thing I look like what I'm used to now. So I've been using left. I use status bar and then status bar. So yeah, if a panel, yeah, number, need it. Primary sidebar. And I take that. Oh, okay. Okay. I need that. And he's asking me to go to panel position. Panel position. Okay, panel. Okay. So, but I don't have panel position. I see panel. It's friendly.
Hello. Sorry about that. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Enter layer. Mine is not showing what you are showing. What I'm saying is not the same thing as what you are saying. Let me share my screen real quick.
Yes, please.
So when I go here, you see mine, right? Can you see my
Yes.
screen? I
Yes.
right click here. This is all I'm getting. You
No, no, no,
see,
not
there,
not there. Come come down.
down where?
Come down to your time after terminal ports query results. Down to your time. Yes. Your come move again. Move again. No, no. Still stay at terminal. Right. Okay. Move to your right. Not there. Yes, there. No, 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 not there. Not there. Here, a little bit to your. Come to this place. This your left a little bit. Left, 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 left again. Left again. Left, 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 left. Right click. Yeah, right click.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So to change it back, you come,
Yes, yeah, exactly. Right click.
I see. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting too. I kind of discovered something when I was looking at this, like layout control. Then you can play with that too.
Okay.
And I started playing with this. Then it showed me I hope I can replicate what I did. And I think you see, and I was playing with this.
Yeah.
I didn't know all these things before. That means I didn't really know how to use VS Code.
They take time to learn actually.
Like you can remove the activity and then bring it back. Primary, bring it back. Secondary, take it out. Then left, take it out. And then change it back to the right. Like that. Okay. This is good. So nice class one. So please send me the first class. Let me send you my email. Tab, which one should I use? I think you have my image. Let me just see this one. Yeah. Or you can copy. I don't know which
Okay.
one. Because I have things I
But
have.
I can just send to you on WhatsApp now.
You can do anyone, yeah. But I'm just still going to share my email just in case you want to share a file or something.
Okay, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. So I'll look forward to the file so I can practice.
All right.
Any class work?
I will send it to you.
Okay, awesome.
I'll send to you. There is.
Okay. That's it for today, I guess.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Next class should be on Thursday. I'm not sure of tomorrow, honestly.
Okay. Sunday is always a complex day, right?
Yeah, for me. But Thursday and
And
Saturday are available.
let's look forward to the next Thursday then.
Are available.
But today is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all okay. Yeah, I've sent to you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you on Thursday and enjoy the
Okay.
rest of your weekend.
Yeah. Also, we haven't talked about uh, the payment.
Yeah. Then we talk about the price. Let's
Yeah.
stop this one first. I'm trying to see how to stop live recording. You know,
Oh,
it's
oh.
I'm doing live streaming.
Okay.
So I don't know. Then we have to end the Zoom to do that. Like we can talk on WhatsApp.
Okay. Better. Let's cover.